What's up, y'all? Hooper's vlog number 18, and this one we got a local film festival that our Hoops for Christ documentary was in, and I'm gonna break down the crossover. Let's get it. We won an Oscar! No, not really, but we had a lot of fun. I'm very, very proud of this documentary that was shot by my guys Seth and Tyler from Asbury University. The finished product is in. It was selected to be in the Highbridge Film Festival, a local film festival. Really cool event. We had a lot of fun. So the whole Hoops for Christ fam got together, went down to the film festival, had a great time. Let's take a look at it.
Man, we're at this film festival right now, man, about to show a huge documentary about our lives and what we've been through, and ultimately a part of what Philip has been through as well. You see all these people over here getting ready for the dance right now, man.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well,
Started from the bottom, T.
now we're here.
We about to win an Oscar tonight, bro. Like, holy.
Seriously.
What's up, boy?
Look, that's the Godfathers right there, though. Philly, you don't even know what's happening right now.
Little Phil,
Oh, we got the Asbury crew. What's up, fellas?
Oh yeah, we back in.
I'm throwing y'all
Hey, what's
on
up,
the
Christ?
vlog, man.
HSC Aus_502. Follow
Hey,
me.
what's up, y'all? Oh, there's the fam.
Hey, give the people.
Got so much great feedback from that event. Said it really encouraged them. They were blessed by it, so thank you again. It's just really cool to be able to have such a well done documentary and production for our story of how we got started, my transition from overseas into coming back home, not really sure what I was going to do, and just trying to mix in all these different things of ministry and business and being a skills trainer, and just over the past few years how the Lord has really blessed it. So it was great to see Seth get 2 awards. He got best cinematography and also best editing for a documentary. So shout out Seth, the creator behind all this. Something I want to add to encourage you guys, you know, I've kind of gone all in on documenting our journey of Hoops for Christ. I really wish that I would have started doing this when I first got home in the summer of 2015, and I started from zilch, scratch, no gyms, no players wanting to train. At that time, it was a huge risk because I was getting pressured to use my college degree. I wasn't sure if I was going to go back overseas, you know, what career I was going to do, wanting to start a family. Just a lot of unknowns and risk that was involved in going all in on Hoops for Christ and trying to become a full-time skills trainer as a profession. Then just through it all, how God has opened certain doors and all these amazing things have happened. And not to say that I'm making all this money and traveling the world and I'm the #1 guy, not by any stretch of the imagination. But this is what I'm absolutely passionate about. I love to do, and I feel like God's called me to do, and I do it full-time now. I don't do anything else. I don't work any other job. This is what I do full time, and God has more than supplied enough. As you can see, my brothers that work with me, Hoops of Christ, they're God's taking care of them as well. And the fun thing about all this is it's a new journey. We've just started. We're very young in our journey, so I'm excited to see what else the Lord does. And this documentary represented a lot of the origins of how it all got started, and hopefully inspire some of you guys. On to the crossover breakdown. Now, I did a 60-second crossover breakdown that I released on Instagram and Facebook recently. Got a lot of people said it helped them, and I wanted to do an in-depth breakdown or talk on what I did in just 60 seconds. So here's what I posted recently, and then let's dive into it a little deeper. Everyone knows a great crossover when we see it, so let's break it down to a science. Let's start with changing the defender's foot position. You want to attack their top foot to get them to open up defensively, and then you have them. You see James Harden crossing over left to right to make Wiggins open up his foot position. He's attacking that top left foot. But how do you do that as an offensive player? How do you get them to shift? I call this the push, lean, cross. Notice that little glide step or that little hop right into the push, then comes the lean. If you can get the push and the lean down, the next part is selling it with your eyes. Make it look like you're going one direction before you cross over. When it comes to the crossover, it's probably the simplest and most well-known way of creating space if you know what to do. The push, lean, cross. There is the setup dribble. That is kind of a float or a rhythm dribble where you kind of dribble and hop into the push. What it's going to do, and I tell people this that I train with, your float or your hop will get them to slide one time, and then your push or that little twitch gets them to slide the second time, and that's where you get them. That's where you shift a player or you snatch them up to create that space. So right before the push, think about the rhythm dribble. That's the little hop or the little rhythm dribble that gets the defender to commit the first slide. On the lean and cross, fact that is a lightning quick crossover, low crossover, and you're wanting to blow by the defender's hip. Don't just go east-west. At some point when you cross, you got to go north. You got to go right by the defender. If you're going against an elite defender, they might have the ability to laterally recover. So you want to cut off that chance of them getting back in front of you or contesting your shot by whenever you get them to lean and you cross, you go right by their hip straight to the basket. Last part of the breakdown that I'll add is just having that range of motion in your hips. Me, naturally, I had really tight hips, and I know a lot of basketball players struggle with having tight hips because we use them so much with the running and sliding and jumping. So I would advise really stretching out your hips, ROM, range of motion exercises to open up your hips. Now that might be a dynamic stretch where you're opening up your hips, you're stretching a little bit before you start training or practicing, and then obviously after you might do a little bit more of the static stretching. But I've posted recently a picture of Iverson and even D Wade in the crossover. It's amazing how low they got and how much range of motion they have in their hips. Once you get the skill of the lean, push, cross, you kind of got that down. The last part would be having that range of motion where you can really get low into your crossover. Thank you guys again for watching. If you have any questions, comments, write them down below, or you can email me. I'll be sure to answer those back and help you. I released a blog recently on my time overseas as a pro basketball player. Been getting a lot of traffic and messages on that. I'll include that link below because my next vlog is going to be about why I left playing overseas basketball in my last season, which was in the Philippines. So hopefully that helps. God bless. You work hard, right?
Yeah.
How many of you guys play on a team right now? Did your teammates work as hard as you tonight? You guys want to play pro? How many of you guys watching the NBA? 2, 3.